If you thought your winter was tough, try living on Plum Island, where record snowfall has left basements flooded with sewage, people forced out of their homes, and wild coyotes roaming the streets. Low-lying Massachusetts Island has been battered by record snowfalls which have caused havoc for its residents. Sewerage system has been overwhelmed, people have had to leave their homes, and worst of all, coyotes are foraging in packs. One resident's washing machine was flooded with raw sewage as the sewers backed up, while others have gone weeks without running water. Record snowfall has left snowbanks as high as houses, and even when it begins to melt, it will be a slow process, officials say. But community has endured the worst of it, and now its mayor says, if you came in summer, you wouldn't want to leave. With planes skidding off runways, snowdrifts as tall as houses, and sub-zero temperatures for weeks on end, the US has suffered one of the most brutal winters on record. Thousands of flights have been cancelled, highways and railways have been paralyzed by the cold, and swaths of the Northeast resemble a vast frozen tundra. But if you thought your winter was bad, spare a thought for the people of Plum Island, a tiny barrier island off the coast of Massachusetts buried under nearly 10 feet of snow. Its shivering residents have faced a daily battle to dig their homes free from mountains of ice, while raw waste has spilled back into their homes because the sewers are frozen. The only road off the island is so exposed that drivers have had to form long convoys before being escorted across in whiteout conditions by the National Guard. And just to top it off, there have been sightings this week of starving coyotes, big enough to drag away a pet cat, prowling for food among the main street. We've had 4 snowstorms, the temperature hasn't hit 40 degrees for over a month, and it was so cold the sewers froze up. Islander Leslie Aisnanovac, 73, told Daily Mail Online. I've had 10 feet snowdrifts blocking my driveway and raw sewage spilling out into my basement. If the rest of America thinks it's had it tough this winter, they might want to pay us a visit. Daily Mail Online visited Plum Island to find sprawling vacation homes creaking under the weight of a record 110.5 inches of snow, eclipsing a previous mark of 109.3 inches set just before spring began in 1996. With nowhere to go, it lingers on in vast mountains of sludge and ice, choking the narrow streets and swallowing up cars and yards. The island is known largely as a summer getaway, but is also home to a permanent community of around 700 households, mostly falling within the city of Newburyport. Those people rely on the island's state-of-the-art $22 million water and sewage system, which started to fail in mid-February when its vacuum pumps froze. The blockage left around 350 buildings without running water or hot showers as New England endured the coldest month in its history. For those without water, it was a question of whether to hunker down and weather a succession of major storms, 4 in total, or retreat to the mainland. With raw sewage backing up into her basement, Ms. Aisnanovac took up an offer of a complimentary hotel stay half an hour away in the city of Amesbury. But even that journey was fraught with difficulty because of conditions on the Plum Island Turnpike, the single 2-mile road that connects Plum Island to the rest of Newburyport. The route was closed during the worst of the weather, while at other times police and National Guard escorted drivers across. It was the first time I've experienced a total whiteout, recalled Ms. Aisnanovac. There was a National Guard plow at the front, and everyone was told to drive bumper to bumper so you didn't lose sight of the car in front. You couldn't see a thing aside from the taillights. It was like a different planet out there. A 5-minute journey took about 30 minutes. You couldn't do more than about 5 miles per hour. I arrived at my friend's house for dinner. I said, "You won't believe what I've just driven through." Thankfully, she had a glass of wine waiting for me in her hand.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. You can visit us on www.therealthingming.webs.com.